The story opens not with grandeur, but with a blessing. Health and peace to each of you, the narrator says, a wish that seems to hover over the tale like a quiet prayer. And from the very beginning, the message is clear. What binds James and Deep is not merely circumstance, but something far stronger, invisible, and profoundly human, a child. Baby NHI is not just a responsibility. She is a reminder, a spark, a living bridge between two lives scarred by pain, loss, and danger. In her laughter, hope is reborn. In her innocent gestures, love finds the strength to resist even the darkest storms. A morning in gold. One morning dawns with a golden sky. The air is soft, carrying whispers of promise. In the bustling corner of a market, Deep adjusts her simply tied hair while holding little Nye's tiny hand. The girl's wide, curious eyes take in every detail around her, as if the world itself were a book waiting to be read. For Deep, this child is more than a ward, she is hope embodied, walking beside her. At a distance, James approaches. To his corporate peers, he is the embodiment of power, a young CEO with an impeccable suit, feared in negotiations, ruthless in competition. Yet here, amid the modest market stalls, he is unrecognizable. His eyes, when they rest on Deep and NHI, soften in a way no boardroom has ever witnessed. He is not here to close a deal, not to court investors. He is here because these two fragile lives have become part of his own. Haunted by the past, but James's past is not easily erased. Shadows of loan sharks, John's looming threats, and the constant peril facing his company remain. By choosing to stand beside Deep and NHI, James has knowingly set himself against dangerous enemies. And yet, when he sees Deep smiling shyly while holding the child, James realizes something profound. He cannot, and will not, retreat. Small miracles. In the days that follow, miracles, small yet luminous, begin to unfold. NHI receives her very first school uniform, a gift from James. She twirls in front of the mirror, her joy pure, radiant. When teacher Tuan arrives at Deep's modest home to finalize the girl's enrollment, James lingers quietly in the background, his chest swelling with pride. He knows this is not merely about education. It is about giving NHI the chance at a future, a chance no one had given Deep when she needed it most. One evening, beneath a silver moon, Deep brews tea in the quiet courtyard. James sits on the veranda, weary from long, tense meetings. NHI, already asleep, clutches her new backpack. The fragrance of jasmine drifts in the air. In a hushed voice, Deep tells him, "You don't need to do all of this for us. I know your life is complicated." James lifts his gaze. His eyes carry both exhaustion and unshakable resolve. This isn't about obligation, Deep. You two give meaning to everything. You've taught me something I never understood before, that true love isn't about control, but about caring, even when the world is falling apart. Deep feels her defenses begin to crumble. For the first time, she dares to believe she can trust him. Threats in the shadows, but danger never truly recedes. John, furious at James's resistance, escalates his schemes. One day, as Deep and NHI walk home with baskets of fruit, a shadowy figure follows them. Deep's blood runs cold. Before anything can happen, James's car screeches to a halt beside them. He steps out, his presence fierce, his grip steady as he takes their hands. One hard glare is enough to send the stalker fleeing into the night. That evening, James lingers in their humble home. By Nye's bedside, he watches her sleep, peaceful, untouched by the storms that rage around the adults. When Deep approaches with a blanket, James takes her hand and whispers, "No matter what comes, I will protect you both." This isn't duty, it's love, and so, beneath one fragile roof, three very different hearts begin to beat in harmony. Laughter in uncertain times, NHI becomes the thread weaving them together. Her laughter in moments of fear, her small victories at school, her innocence, all remind James and Deep that beauty still exists even amid chaos. But beyond the walls of their home, threats intensify. Business contracts collapse, shareholders are manipulated with falsehoods, whispers of sabotage spread. James senses that these are only the first tremors of a larger attack. One afternoon, two men on a motorbike arrive at Deep's gate, their words laced with menace. "Such a pretty little girl, it'd be a shame if something happened to her." Before they can move further, James arrives in his truck, fury radiating from his eyes. He strides toward them, voice low and sharp as steel. "Stay away from them." The men falter, exchange nervous glances, and retreat into the shadows. Deep clutches NHI, her heart racing. James places a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "I told you I would protect you." "And I will." A confession under the moon. That night, after NHI drifts into deep sleep, James and Deep sit again on the veranda. Moonlight bathes his face, and James can no longer hold back the truth. "I've faced ruthless negotiators, cold adversaries, high-stakes battles in business. But nothing terrifies me more than the thought of losing you." Deep's voice trembles. "I never imagined someone like you, with all your wealth and power, would look at us with such care." "You risk everything, your company, your future, for us." James gives a sad but resolute smile. Companies can be rebuilt. Money can be earned again. But true love, it doesn't come twice. Deep's heart races. His words are not simply a confession. They are a vow. In that moment, she realizes her destiny has shifted, not just hers, but his as well. A new battle ahead. As stars scatter across the night sky, James silently maps out his plan to end John's schemes once and for all. The path ahead will be dangerous, costly. But as he glances at Nee's peaceful face and Deep by his side, he knows he is no longer fighting for profit or reputation. He is fighting for a family, the unexpected gift that has given him a new reason to live. The true victory. In the end, the story of James, Deep, and NHI reveals a truth far greater than corporate victories or material success. James, once the untouchable CEO, discovers his greatest triumph lies not in contracts signed, but in the lives he protects. Deep, with her resilience and quiet strength, proves that love and kindness can flourish even in hardship. And NHI, with her pure laughter, reminds them both that happiness is found in life's smallest, simplest moments. Uniforms and new notebooks. A small hand gripping yours in trust. A whispered promise to stay. Love, this story teaches us, demands sacrifice. It requires courage to face storms. But it is also the very force that helps us endure when everything else falls apart. Homes are not built of walls and roofs. They are built of care, of kept promises, of the will to stand by those who need us most. And in the end, it is not success that defines us, but how deeply we have loved.